Plastic surgery might sound like the perfect anti-aging tool, but when things go wrong, it can be the perfect anti-career move. Folks like Jennifer Grey, Katie Price, and others would agree with that, so let's see who had their lives ruined after going under the knife. After being catapulted to mega fame in 1987 for playing Baby in Dirty Dancing, Jennifer Grey's career stalled. And though she was personally happy with her nose and its distinct bump, she underwent plastic surgery at the age of 29 to boost her career and gain more acting roles. But Jennifer said it actually ended up being the surgery that affected her ability to get jobs. Quoting, "I went into the operating room a celebrity and came out anonymous." She told publications in 2012 that it was the nose job from hell, and she'll always be this once famous actress nobody recognizes because of a nose job. After her first surgery, turns out she was thrilled with the way she looked. But then less than a year later, she noticed a tiny bit of cartilage was visible under the surface of her nose, so she underwent a second surgery to correct the issue. But when she woke up, she discovered that she no longer looked like herself at all. To make matters worse, when the public got wind of the situation, the star felt humiliated as many people did not believe she was Jennifer Grey anymore, and she often had to go to great lengths to prove she was who she said she was. Kylie Jenner. The Keeping Up with the Kardashians star has basically grown up in the spotlight, so her transformation from tween to teen and now a 20-something mother has all been before our very eyes. Which means it's hard not to notice the drastic changes to Kylie's appearance in the more than 10 years since the show first aired in 2007. While fans have speculated about Kylie having undergone everything from lip filler to a Brazilian butt lift, it's hard to separate fact from fiction when it comes to her ever-changing aesthetic. But after years of denying she'd had lip filler, the star eventually came clean about that particular cosmetic touch-up. During a 2015 episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kylie admitted, "I have temporary lip fillers, it's just an insecurity of mine and it's what I wanted to do." But it's a little bit sad when you look at why she got it done. She said, "I was 15 and I was insecure about my lips. I have really small lips. And it was like one of my first kisses and a guy was like, 'I didn't think you would be a good kisser because you have such small lips.'" She also admitted that she definitely made her lips a little too big at one point before her sisters pointed it out and said, "Kylie, you need to chill." They were definitely right to let her know when it was becoming too much. Since becoming a household name as a glamour model back in the 90s, Katie Price's brand has become synonymous with plastic surgery. As the 44-year-old status has risen over the last 2 decades, so has the number of times she's gone under the knife, leaving her now completely unrecognizable from her former self. But Katie has always been honest about the work she's had done, like the fact that she's had a whopping 12 boob jobs over the last 25 years, and she got the first one when she was just 18. But a trip to Turkey for one of the procedures resulted in a botched boob job. She's also had veneers done, and in June of last year, Katie endured one of her most ambitious rounds of surgery yet, as she underwent another facelift on the same day. She also treated herself to liposuction and fat injections to her rear end. The TV personality is also a big fan of Botox and has underwent an eye and brow lift that left her face with a sharp, tight look. Plastic surgery is totally synonymous with this brand, and although Katie has said many times that she has no plans to stop going under the knife, just by looking at old pictures, it's easy to see that she looked a lot better before. Donatella Versace is a fashion icon who has been in the public eye for decades and has undergone a striking transformation over the years. The skin on her face appears to be very tight and smooth with few wrinkles, probably from a couple of facelifts. Also, her cheeks have gotten a lot fuller, which are probably the result of cheek implants or dermal fillers. But the problem is, a lot of the work she gets is not balanced. So when you get a lot of filler in your lips that make her mouth really big, well, when you don't get enough filler to your cheeks, her mouth looks like completely disproportionate. Another thing, the face and the body don't match. All of her skin is leathery and saggy, and she looks scrawny rather than slim. Also, her boob job doesn't match with her body size. Famed comedian Joan Rivers was famous for constantly changing her face, but it wasn't until after she passed away that it was revealed just how many plastic surgery procedures she underwent. Her daughter Melissa penned a memoir about Joan's life, where she revealed that Joan had a staggering 348 cosmetic operations over her lifetime, and she was just never happy with the way she looked, which fed into her sense of being less than. We're talking the first surgery was believed to have been an eye lift at the age of 32, so not super young, but still. Which this was the same age when she rose to fame on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. In the nearly 50 years since then, she had, among a lot of other things, at least 2 facelifts, 1 nose job, and so much Botox that her plastic surgeon told her to stop. Liam Payne debuted a starkly slimmed down face on the red carpet last year, which didn't go unnoticed by fans or cosmetic surgery experts. He didn't look bad before, but his face, instead of looking soft and a little bit chubby, looked modelish and rugged, according to celebrity plastic surgeon Dr. Ramtin Kassir, who's worked on the likes of Melissa Gorga and Lily Pons. Florida-based plastic surgeon Dr. Thomas Sue added that he definitely had a more masculine look, with sharper chiseled facial features compared to how he looked previously. Pamela Weinberger, founding injector at Plum Cosmetics, agreed, saying his new look is definitely sharper than it was in the past and has a bit of a wow factor. So the experts that were just quoted, who have decades of experience combined but have not worked on him personally, agree that he might have turned to fillers, or the celebrity favorite, the getting rid of that fat in your cheek, to achieve his sharp features. One expert said that he might have opted for jawline filler, lip filler, chin filler, and regular maintenance Botox, which is a lot. Whereas Sue pointed out that it might have been chin and jawline lipo, which could achieve the sharper jawline. Getting rid of the fat in your cheeks is not reversible, and while a lot of experts agree that there are alternatives that could be attempted to return the facial structure back to its natural look, it's not a guarantee. While Liam himself has not confirmed what he's had done, if anything at all, folks on social media appear upset that he no longer looks the same. One person said, "OMG, what happened to Liam?" and this was under an Instagram post, and another fan tweeted, "The fat removal makes me so uncomfortable, I don't know that man." Daryl Hannah has maintained that she's never had anything enhanced surgically, but the public has often compared her to one of the Muppets because of her full lips and cheeks. Top surgeons also spoke with Hollywood Life and explained the potential surgeries that the Splash actress received to achieve her current look. One expert, Dr. Richard Fleming, shared that Hannah had so much work done. We're talking fillers, nose jobs. Her face looks much rounder. Everything about her face used to be much thinner. Cheeks, jawline, nasal lines. Everything was much more pronounced. In his opinion, there's a lot more fullness and it's not a natural contour. He has no idea what they did, but there is filler material in there. Jocelyn Wildenstein marked the beginning of her surgery journey when she received an eye lift during the first year of her marriage to Alec Wildenstein. Experts said she probably has undergone a lot more lifts, plumping injections, upper and lower eyelid surgery, and cheek implants over the years, and it's not looking good. Priscilla Presley fell victim to a botched Botox surgery, but it turned out worse than normal. So a doctor claimed to have something better than Botox, but in reality, it was reportedly illegally smuggled silicone from Argentina that was administered by somebody pretending to be a doctor. And that explains her puffy face. But not the face's waxy look, which was probably caused by a combination of repeated laser treatments and, once again, Botox. Too much Botox. At one time, Mickey Rourke was arguably the most devastatingly handsome actor in Hollywood, with the bad boy good looks of a latter-day James Dean or Marlon Brando. But years of, how to put it politely, alterations have gradually left him an increasingly strange-looking proposition. One would have thought early on that his acting would always be infinitely more important to him than his looks, but it would seem that somewhere along the line his vanity got the better of him, likely a desire to keep hold of those looks that made him a pinup. Around 1990 is when his outside began to match his tumultuous inside. His facelift looked too fresh. He was having trouble moving his mouth, and his forehead, once expressive, was way too smooth, motionless, and shiny, like a balloon dipped in bronzer. He couldn't smirk. His eyes were pinched, his crow's feet were very disturbingly gone, his eyebrows were too light, and they don't move. Turns out that eye jobs, for the first year at least, make any recipient's eyes appear smaller, and they lose any roundness below during that surgical elimination of under-eye bags. Well, Mickey's eyes lost their ability to transmit emotion. In 1997, his upper lip was freakishly swollen, his nose puffy and flat, and one cheekbone protruded like a purple walnut, probably from a combination of boxing and bad surgeries. Like a bad portrait tattoo of himself, he was only recognizable when you squint. But it was around 1998 when his appearance took a really weird turn. This is around the time his career had taken a dive, following a series of dud roles, some poor career decisions, and a wild reputation. So during this low ebb, when he considered himself an has-been, he appeared out and about with swollen-looking lips, his skin looked kinda icky. Now, he did say it was boxing damage that required it, but when his career began its turnaround with films like Buffalo 66, Animal Factory, and this was around 2002, his appearance had changed a lot. But recent years, though his battered appearance suited his Oscar-nominated turn in The Wrestler to a T, have seen his visage looking stranger and stranger. And that's the end of our time once again, folks. I've been Alexa, your resident emo girly. See y'all here next time beyond the screen.